Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up, but first our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Listen, Gail wrote this down for me. Enrollment open for upcoming semester through January 12th. Now, if you want to register at Haney, the enrollment is still open through January 12th. So keep that in mind if you had a last-minute change of plans and something. High today is going to be 72, low 58, and water temperature, the Gulf water temperature is 55.2. So it's been pretty steady for about a week now, around that 55, 54 area. The river readings, Apalachicola, Bluntstown is steady. It's reading a 3.2 this morning. And our Sandhill Seafood reading on the Choctawhatchee River is at Caryville is a 4.8. And both rivers just pretty steady. And we're not anticipating any big change right now. We'll see next day or two what's going on for our weekend. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery on 23rd Street. Got a low tide at 311 and a high tide at 311 this morning and a high tide at 454 this afternoon. And if you ever notice, I've been here a while, that winter pattern, we just have winter low tides, and a lot of times it's in the winter time when that north wind blowing, we talk about it on a regular basis about it blows out of the bay, and then the afternoon tide starts coming in pretty strong, but sometimes it's held back. But the wind, our marine forecast is east-southeast, so we're going to have more water coming back up into the bay in the afternoon. So afternoons should be some pretty decent fishing. All right, let's take our break and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, folks, and look who showed up this morning. Hey, Bill.
Hey, it's what happens when you leave the door unlocked.
we got to start getting a doorman out there or something to keep the riffraff out. Glad you made it.
Thanks, man.
We
Good to be here.
We talked last night, so it is sort of spontaneous. We talked last night. He was telling me a story about he and Bill took a spontaneous trip down to the creek and all, and we're going to talk about it in a second.
Yeah.
You been pretty busy?
Yeah, pretty busy. Pretty busy, but time to go to the houseboat.
And y'all went up to the mountains for holidays.
Yeah, Donna and I went to see her family the day after Christmas, and then we originally had plans to go south, but we wound up going to Gatlinburg where it was single digits and snowing part of the time, but we had a great time.
Yeah, that's cool. I know it was cold, wasn't it?
It was cold, very cold. Beautiful up there, though.
We're sort of throwing this show together. I wanted Bill to come on. Every now and then I just like to do a show just Bill and I. The only problem we have, we just don't get it all done before the bell rings.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, but I do want to, remember yesterday, y'all forgot to call me up and tell me to bring my iPad, and I forgot my iPad. So let's look at some of these pictures, because I was supposed to show these yesterday real quick. Okay, here we go. That look familiar, don't it?
Yes,
Duck hunting. It's Chris Stanford, some green wing, and a spoonbill. All right, Chris Stanford. I'm going to read this. This is a good note here. This is a present here. It's from Deb Krumnacher. Hello and Happy New Year. Just wanted to make sure you received a check. I haven't seen it go through my bank, but it is clear now. Marty loves the book. He spent 2 hours going from the beginning to the end. It was even more special because he took time to sign the book. So I love to see a picture like that. They're up in Tennessee right there in that picture, and they're coming down here to the state park soon. So, Deb,
yeah, one I gave my cousin for Christmas 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
He and his buddies get together and are amazing. They use it, as a conversation piece going through it. That's
true, and I told him we're going to go through it over and over again. Now listen, Mark Calhoun, this was last week now, but they caught some flounder. They're offshore, near shore, and they got some, Mark and Jason. And Matt and Hal Webb, they're FWC officers they're brothers down in St. Joe Bay.
Yeah.
You might have saw the news last week, but they didn't make the news because they're out there doing all the dirty work. They got really cold, but they were saving those turtles, and that's two Moser boys there, the FWC officers. A good job, Matt and Hal Webb. This is a kayak tournament sort of over in Pensacola area, but on the west end you can fish in Okaloosa County if you want to look that up. The Winter Kayak Challenge, which is a neat idea. About 3 weeks right there. Neat idea. Okay, the Crappie Masters Tournament, it's going to be in our area. The 2018, the second one from the top right there, it's going to be Lake Talquin on February the 2nd and 3rd. Second and third will be that, and that's that big tournament they have across the nation, okay? Chris Stanford, again, he went fishing and hunting.
Yeah,
Okay, and
yeah.
look at there, got a nice one there. Jackie Cargo, she's pre-fishing with her son, who it's a kids tournament and all,
Right.
and the kids getting mad at her for catching the big fish.
Sure.
Yeah, Mom, you're not supposed to catch those. Okay, this Friday, and this is sort of coming up real quick now. It's on 2 days from now, and I can't make it because I got to judge a history fair Friday morning. But the Bay Building Industrial Association, next time we got to get a team together and shoot this. It's going to be a clay shoot. I showed it one time before. Shoot the clay, the first annual by this group, be this Friday. Registration at 8:30. Shotgun start, literally.
Shotgun start.
And prizes and awards. And anyway, it's going to be a neat out there at the shooting range.
Yeah, and if you haven't been up there, that's a fantastic place to go. You know, you can sight your rifle in, you can shoot a pistol. They've got a 5-stand. They got the Sporting Clays range out there.
Well, yeah. And,
really nice.
And next time, let's get a team together.
Yeah.
Ronnie Groom, he's going to be out there, and they're giving away some prizes and all, but it's just a fun, it's like playing golf except you're shooting at these
That's a
clays.
blast.
It is. All right, then Moon Phillips.
Oh, boy.
Moon was on the show. I'm going to have to tell you the truth on this one. Moon, buck was taken in Jackson County, but Moon's buddy shot it, and Moon's posing with it. Moon's a smart one.
Well, if Moon's a smart one on that trip, no, I kid. I've known him for a long, long time.
It was good to have him on the show the other day, and they're going to take a kid hunting soon. Okay, this is good. April Holly, a corner tire store down there on Harrison. April Holly, Riley. April, Dad and I were best friends, Captain Richard Holly, and but she works with her husband down there at the tire store, and she loves to hunt, and she missed her buck. And Shane got his buck, so she's getting in the picture anyway. But good job. So if you're down there, tell them hello. April, Holly, and Shane. Tony Bullock, one of our viewers. Nice buck there. Good job, Tony. Mike McGraw. Look at that. Went out with a friend looking for redfish, and they would not bite. So we got a speckled trout. We've been there before, haven't we? Bo Barfield. This is a great picture. Sheila Barfield dropped the hammer up in Bluntstown. Pretty picture there, Sheila. Nice buck.
Nice buck.
And this is a 12-point, folks, up there. It's Milton. Congratulations, Milton Daniels, on a 12-point he brought in the backwoods this afternoon. That is a nice buck. And
it's a good full rack.
3 generations. Okay, this is coming out of Telogia. 3 generations. David, Monroe, and Papa Paul. Mr. Paul killed this big one in the Apalachicola National Forest. Monroe told me, "Mommy, I kill big bucks." Hopefully next year we go. So thank you, Amanda Whitehead. We'll read this later, but it's funny. Okay, we're gonna run out of time because we're gonna get back and hear that story about you and Bill going to the river.
Yeah.
All right, be right back. All right, welcome back. Bill and I planning for our weekend. Before we get into this coming weekend, let's look at. I was out of town last weekend. Tell us about you and Bill.
Well, we kind of talked last minute, and my wife was out of town, and his was trying to get him out of town. So we decided to run down to the houseboat Friday afternoon, and we got a little cocky because we didn't take anything for dinner, or we were living on our wits, which the two of us, that's dangerous.
That's scary too.
Yeah, so but I'll tell you, we got down to the lower landing on Friday afternoon, and there were no trucks. And we thought, well, we know something nobody else knows. It turned out they knew something we didn't know. With this wind blowing the way it is out of the north and these extreme low winter tides, you cannot put a boat in at the lower landing on Saturday. And I mean, it was dry. There was no way for us to put in. So we went to the upper landing, and you could put a boat in there, but it was really very sketchy. We didn't know if we could get out. It just goes around the creek to the lower landing and out Howard's Creek. But we of course decided to, and we idled our way all the way out. Bumping bottom at a time. It's that creek was lower than I've ever seen it. Very dangerous. Don't run. I mean, I've said it before, but it was very dangerous. we made it to the houseboat and ran out real quick to catch some catfish. And, we went 2 or 3 different spots. So we were running out of time, and it was getting dark, and we had one fish here and one fish here. They weren't like the other day when we were there where they just turned on and went crazy. So, we were sitting there at the last spot and had maybe 4 catfish, and I turned my head for a minute, and those, little bitty small spinning rods, it's just a number 7 Aberdeen hook. My rod was going over. And I grabbed it real quick and loaded up, and I think Jeff's got a picture of that catfish, because it's huge, biggest cat I've ever caught. It's not a flathead.
Wow.
So we had instant dinner. We survived, we were going to have dinner that night. Woo. We had a lot of biscuits and hush puppies and things like that. But so we go back, and there's an owl that hangs around the houseboat. Bill's seen him several times. I've seen him a couple of times. And once we dumped the fish out on the cleaning table at the houseboat, he showed up on a limb between the other houseboat and Bill's. And I walked in to get the skinning pliers, and I heard Bill holler. And I guess he was just extremely hungry, because he comes swooping in with Bill standing there.
Oh, man.
And, that gets kind of dangerous. Those things have some serious talons. And I guess, he got shooed off or got a good look at Bill and got scared and went back up in the tree. And so, but he didn't leave. And so as we cleaned those fish, and Bill took the carcass and threw him up on that little dock to the hill, and that owl came down immediately. It wasn't 10 feet from us. He came down immediately and grabbed that thing, and that's the 2 or 3 pictures I was able to get there real quick, running inside with him sitting there. And he ate on it a little bit, and then he, finally mustered up the strength to take it wherever he was taking. But, it's those kind of things that happen, that we talk about so many times. Wow. That, if you're not out there, these wild or strange things don't happen. But it's just part of experiencing being outside.
We talk about this a lot, Bill, and what I get a kick out of, y'all sort of spontaneously went down there. You hadn't planned it all week and just went down there. You get down there, and these things happen. And y'all know what we're talking about. And wow, anything can happen. And most of the time, it's very exciting.
Yeah, it was a lot more exciting for Bill when I walked into the house.
I wish we'd had that recorded. I'd like him hollering on.
That's not the first time, and I don't know that that's the same owl, but we have cleaned fish before and put them on that dock, and the owl has come down to just eat them right there or try to fly off with them. And in the past, Bill's been up there like with his boys, and that owl, I tend to think it's the same one. They're smart, and he saw us dump those fish and was somewhere in the area, so he's probably had a few meals off of Bill and his family and us up there. But it was really cool.
Well, that sounds like fun. So y'all have plenty to eat, though.
So yes, we did. And I'll tell you something. I think I mentioned this before, but we use that Sweet Betsy's for hush puppies.
Yeah.
And Bill has been taking those candied jalapenos and dicing them up real small and putting them in the hush puppy mix. Oh, my goodness. If you haven't tried that, that's outstanding.
We didn't cook them for breakfast. That sounds good.
Yeah, it was outstanding. Breakfast, as a matter of fact, is all we had. Everything else we had to catch.
That's funny. Did y'all came back that afternoon? Or
well, we spent the night, and the plan was a Saturday morning, and we had Bill's boat, which is a good thing. If we'd have taken my flats boat down there, we'd have never gotten to the houseboat. It was impossible. So we ran down to the Goat Island area in St. Mark's and fished that. And there's one picture there, didn't have a lot of time. It was, and I'll tell you, at daylight, Saturday morning, running 35 or so down that river, it was cold. And but we got down there and had a good time. We caught a lot of fish. There's a picture of one of the redfish that Bill caught, and the bigger trout. We just didn't have. In fact, we took that pic to send to Greg with a smart aleck comment, because he couldn't go. He had an obligation, and wanted to go, so we kind of dug a spur in there.
Wish you were here.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing we did. Enjoy the birthday party.
I enjoy doing that too, rubbing it in like that.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a final break, come back and put some of these names in our pickle jar. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us. Bill's sharing his stories with us and all about outdoors, and that sounds like fun.
Yeah, we had trout for lunch, so we were able to feed ourselves.
That's fun. Okay, fishing game time today brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at 6:55 to 8:55 this morning. Tonight, 7:17 to 9:17. All right, here we go. We're going to start getting some more of these names in here. I won't get all of them in today, but we're going to knock a hole in it, and I'm going to call them out. Mike Donaldson, make sure you hear your name. Aubrey Carroll up in Westville. Sammy Sowell from West Bay, the Sowell family. Good folks. They've been there. They were homesteaders over in West Bay years ago, the family was. Charlene Sowell, West Bay. They won some last year. Nat Harris, Panama City Beach. All right. And his better half, Debbie, from Panama City Beach. Amanda Whitehead, Tuloja. And Mayberdale Hill, Tuloja. That's our Tuloja group over there. Roger Dale Whitehead, Roger Dale. Jessica Hill, Tuloja. Helen Whitehead, that's her, Tuloja. Laura Fineff, Blue Creek.
There you go.
Now, Blue Creek, that's a neat area. Chad Fineff, the Fineff family over there at Blue Creek. Greg Taylor, Panama City Beach. Greg's a loyal viewer. All these are loyal viewers. Margaret Taylor, Panama City Beach.
There are a lot of them. I talk to people all the time.
Tell the folks, Adam Taylor, do you run into people all the time?
Constantly, anywhere I'm at, and yeah.
Jeff Todd from Boaz, Alabama.
Hey.
Phil Hester, my buddy from Lynn Haven, former FWC biologist. Craig Trawick, he's up in Alabama. Donna Melvin up there in Fountain, ran into Melvin folks. They're big family, good folks up there. Amber Melvin, Fountain. Bella Melvin. You run all kind of people. You got that big bucks up there in Fountain on a weekend. It's like a family reunion.
Yeah.
Lexi Melvin, Fountain. Joy Melvin, Fountain.
You got all the Melvins.
Got Bobby Barnes, Cottondale. Jelena Barnes, Cottondale. Chris Barnes, Cottondale. Caitlin Barnes, Cottondale. Rosemary Jackson. And Ken Jackson. Is that Jackson? Okay, Ken Jackson and Joe Ivy, Sandy Creek. Anita Ivy, Sandy Creek. Anita Donaldson. Cindy Brock McQuan, how do you pronounce that?
Yeah, I don't have any idea.
Greenhead, and Barbara Carroll, Westfield. So then we got some more tomorrow, and that's enough for today, Bill.
Yeah.
That's enough. Okay, listen, we got something exciting this weekend. Bill and I, some buddies I met on a tuna fishing trip. One of them is coming down, bringing his family down here to go fishing. And he loves to fish. I call him Minnesota John. And Bill hadn't met him yet, but they flying in tomorrow night. Thursday night they're going to be flying in. Yeah. And the boss is giving them a little 4-day vacation down here. They gave him for Christmas.
That's a great boss.
That's a great boss, isn't it? But he loves to fish. I learned that over there in Venice, talking to him 3 or 4 days. We're over there. And so you and I are going to take them fishing. You're going to be the captain. I'm going to take my camera, and it's going to be a family of 4, basically. So
that'll be fun.
We're looking forward to it, and we love taking folks fishing when we get an opportunity. And John, they've never fished down here, and we've been debating where to take them. We've been talking about 2 weeks now where to go fishing, and we had all kind of opportunities as far
as
what do you think?
Tide's right. The Apalachicola's out. Thought about maybe making that run down there, but there are plenty of fish in West Bay and East Bay, and we got a high tide in the afternoon on Sunday about 7 o'clock, so it's coming in. And basically, we'll make the decision based on the wind. And
we're going to wait till actually Saturday morning, really, I guess, or Friday night, maybe.
Probably Saturday morning.
And then we never know what's going to happen. But what I wanted to point out, though, this is the way we do things. Sometimes you do a spontaneous, like Bill and Bill did last weekend, and sometimes you plan about 2 weeks ahead. And a lot of times it don't matter. You still got to say
it really doesn't. Yeah, it really doesn't. And I'm not sure.
But here,
I'm not sure I'll take the deal, though.
Here's the deal. I called. Now I got to know these guys really well. I two of them. We ate every meal together. So anyway, it was Tim and Tim Allen and John. And John, I called him Minnesota John. So anyway, he called me last week. Remember when it was really cold here last week? And
yes,
he said, "What's going on down there?" I said, "Man," I said, "it's freezing down here. It's 27 degrees. This is true." I said, "It's 27 degrees." He laughed. He said, "You know, it's 27 degrees up here, but it's 27 below zero."
Below.
And it was true. I checked it. It was 27 below zero up there. So there, he's looking forward. He actually was fishing. He just got through fishing that morning. So he's going to trade us. He wants us to come up there and go ice fishing.
Yeah.
And we may or may not do that. But anyway, it's exciting to do that, and we're looking forward to it. And they caught some tuna and all, but we're going to try to catch trout and maybe some redfish or whatever's biting.
Yeah, trout and redfish, and it's, that's obviously, it's not really. I don't really have a bucket list, but it's not really on the bucket list to drive a truck out on a frozen lake and fish through a hole when it's 20 below.
I know.
So I don't know. Now Greg's done it. Brudnicki, his family from Chicago originally, and he and Mr. Brudnicki and their family ice fished on several occasions.
We got the next winter to decide. When they get out on the boat, we're looking forward to meeting his wife and his kids and all, and taking them, and we'll get to know a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about it though. I'm the same way. It's not on my bucket list, but it's sort of intriguing in a way.
It'd be cool to say that you did.
What he told me last week, he said the first 10 minutes are pretty rough, setting everything up. He said that's pretty rough. He said after that, there's not much to it. He said.
There's something to me that's just wrong about driving a truck out on the ice and getting in an ice shanty that has a heater in it.
Especially.
To me, that's just not adding up.
Especially when you catch redfish down here.
Yeah, and I can't do that.
But anyway, Bill, got to wrap it up. We're going to go get some breakfast.
Absolutely.
And last second, I called him last night. I said, "Come on, tell us that story." So I appreciate it.
And we can always find something to talk about.
I know it. Folks, I always appreciate you watching the show. So don't forget to send your names in. We're going to start doing our drawings this weekend. Do something good today for your fellow man. You have a great day, and God bless.
God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.